Hey guys, I'm Miss Anna, the Youth Services Assistant Librarian for Decatur Public Library, and welcome to my Young Adult Book Talk. In this book talk, we're celebrating conventions, and I have 5 books to share with you that are set in or around sci-fi fantasy conventions. So first off, I have a newer book called Zoe Rosenthal Is Not Lawful Good by Nancy Werlin. In this book, it's senior year for Zoe Rosenthal, which means submitting college applications. Tons of college applications, because Zoe and her boyfriend Simon are determined to get accepted into the same school. Simon is looking for a school with a strong political science and economics department, and Zoe is undecided. Truth be told, while Simon is more concerned with making the world a better place, on the top of Zoe's priorities list is the Bleeders season premiere. And this leads her to Atlanta, Georgia to DragonCon, where the season premiere is being shown a week early. However, Simon doesn't approve of the show. He thinks it's a waste of time. So this DragonCon trip is kept on the down low. Simon doesn't even know she flew from Boston to Atlanta for a sci-fi fantasy convention. And at the convention, Zoe makes friends with other Bleeder fans, and away from her family and away from Simon, she begins to think about what she wants from life and stops trying to put herself into a box of what others expect her to be. This book has a good bit of diversity in it. There's transgender, gay, autism spectrum, people of color, and at times, for me while reading this book, the political correctness does feel a little forced and awkward, especially in the beginning, but overall, this was a fun story about finding your happiness and finding your tribe. I really enjoyed this one. Next I have Geekerella by Ashley Poston, and as you can guess, this is a nerd girl version of Cinderella, and this is actually number 1 in Ashley Poston's Once Upon a Con series, and here's the summary. Elle Whittemere loves the TV show Starfield. It's actually in her blood, because both of her parents were Starfield fans. In fact, her dad was the founder of ExcelsiCon, which is a convention all about the TV show. And when the TV show gets a reboot, Elle is so ready. But not only is the reboot happening, this year ExcelsiCon is having a ball, and winners from a special costume contest will get the opportunity to attend the ball and meet the new actor who's playing Federation Prince Commodore, Darian Friedman. And Darian is our second narrator in the book. He's most known for his work on the teen soap opera Seaside Cove, and not a lot of Starfield fans are taking him seriously in this new role. Because of this reason, he is trying to get out of his commitment to appear at ExcelsiCon. And while doing so, he accidentally ends up texting Elle, who inherited her late dad's phone number when he died. So our 2 main characters begin texting each other, and a friendship begins. And the rest is for you to find out. For me, this book hit all the spots. I love a good fairy tale retelling, and this one is super adorable. From Cinderella's mother's gown to the magic pumpkin carriage, this book is just so cute. Of course, the evil stepmother and stepsisters are there too. And if you like audiobooks, I would suggest the audio, which is available on Chameleonet or Libby if you're a Decatur Public Library user. Of all the books in this video that we're going to go through, this is my number 1 recommendation that I have to share with you. Next, I have The Fandom by Anna Day. And in this one, our main character is Violet. And she and her 2 best friends, Alice and Katie, are obsessed with the dystopian best-selling novel The Gallows Dance, which recently got a film adaptation. The three girls can't wait until London Comic Con, this book is set in England, where they're going to meet a few of the actors from the new film. Violet's younger brother, Nate, is also a huge Gallows fan, and he goes along with them. While they're at the meet and greet, something happens though, and the four of them are magically transported into the story. Except they don't realize that they're in the story right away, and they end up getting the story's heroine killed. And in order to return to their world, Violet has to take on the role of Rose, the character that they killed, and she has to take on her role to get back to their world. But this storyline was a lot of fun. It was very fun. Because who wouldn't want to fall into their favorite fandom's universe? And now that I say that, probably not, because there are a lot of books that I wouldn't want to end up in. This one is part of a series, but it can also be read as a standalone. I also have this one here. Next, I have Stranger Than Fanfiction by Chris Colfer. And you might recognize the name Chris Colfer as the author of the Land of Stories series, or as the actor who plays Kurt Hummel in Glee. But this book is about Cash Carter, who has played the lead role of the hit TV show WizKids for 9 seasons. And they're getting ready for a 10th season. Topher, Sam, Mo, and Joey are WizKid fans on a road trip from Illinois to California, a graduation gift from their parents. It's almost like their last hurrah before they all head off to different colleges. Thankfully, though, WizKids has been renewed for season 10, making their pending goodbyes easier. They're still planning to watch the weekly episodes together through video chat across the nation. When Topher sends Cash a fan letter, jokingly inviting him along to join them on their road trip, the last thing he expects is for Cash to say yes, but he does. And together, the 5 of them set out on their trip, during which secrets are shared, self-discoveries are made, and paparazzi is evaded. While the bulk of this trip takes place on their road trip, there's one chapter that is set at WizCon, which is why this is included in the video. And one thing that makes this book is unique is that it has 5 different narrators. All 5 of our adventurers have a voice. But one thing that I want to make sure to say about this book is that I would recommend this to older teens. There's a decent bit of representation in this book. There's a transgender character and a gay character, but there's also references to drugs and drinking, which I want to make sure that you know about in this one. But it was a really good book. Last but not least, I have Chaotic Good by Whitney Gardner. This book. Cameron is a cosplayer and is hoping to be accepted into the Caltech costume design program for college. Her work has been growing in popularity online, and then she wins this huge costume contest. However, when it comes out that she doesn't know much about the character she's cosplaying as, she begins to get cyberbullied, and her blog becomes this mecca for guys who call her out for being a fake geek girl. When she receives a commission to make a costume based on another character she's unfamiliar with, she heads over to the local comic book shop for research. And at the comic book shop, one of the workers there makes a few comments about her being a girl. So she decides to start cross-dressing like a boy to avoid the harassment. A few days later, she goes back to the comic book shop as the boy, and no one bothers her. In fact, she's invited to join in on their next D&D game. But she can't keep up this charade forever. Not to mention, she begins to have feelings for one of the guys there, Lincoln, who she plays D&D with. And she also begins to have a relationship with him as well through, she meets him again as a girl through another person. This book is almost a little 12th Night-ish in a way, if you're familiar with Shakespeare's 12th Night. It's really cute. This book was very enjoyable, and I think a lot of nerd girls will find the sexism in this book very relatable. But it's very different, and I just enjoyed this book a lot. When they play D&D, there are also little comic strips that you can drawn in, and so it's a lot of fun. But I hope you liked these books. These were all the books I had to share with you. So happy reading. Bye, guys.